shit done. It's my bedtime.
Go.
Is it? What time is it? It's only 10. Christ almighty.
Only 10 to 10.
There's plenty of hours to go yet. 11 o'clock bedtime.
I've got 2 dogs to walk in the morning.
2 dogs to walk in the
How
morning.
far are you walking them?
Well,
Steer the road.
I think I
half
don't
an
like
hour.
you're walking more than the length of yourself.
just tell the whole YouTube why don't you can't.
You just stand there, you just cross over the road and then fucking
And from
you've got a really big leap. You can run half roads up the cycle track before you have to move.
right, just to let you know that the whole world just listen to you tell them how to walk.
That's fine.
I never said how to walk it. If you want that story, you'll need to see me live in person at Tap Into Bristol.
Tavern Bristol
On the
in
8th of February.
February. Aye, one for the road. Beer Fridge podcast. Evening, everyone, to our new weekly series here on YouTube. Again, real beer, real breweries, real opinions here on the Beer Fridge podcast, and one for the road. Our kind of roundup of our weekly podcast, kind of after show, a little bit of shenanigans after. So we're going to start off as we do normally in the podcasts, and as the name suggests, we have one for the road. So we're going to have one more beer before we finish off our evening. Callum, start us off.
I'm drinking Mr. President Brewdog. It's a 9.2% Defiant double IPA. And live taste. This is my first drink. Super hoppy on the nose, and it's a lot darker than your traditional IPA. Not overly hoppy. Quite a sweet note as well. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, it doesn't feel like an overly strong beer. I think it's deceptively light for a 9.2%. So, but definitely I'll be going home in a effing ambulance just directly.
I myself, as you may have seen if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be because it's the only way you can see this, I have just got the Overworks. You know what, you kind of forget when you went from podcast to YouTube. The Overworks Cosmic Crush Raspberry Sour from 4.5%. I'm going to shut up and let somebody else take over.
Right.
This is why it's called One for the Road.
That
Right,
is the
okay.
bugs bollocks. That is awesome. Sorry.
There you go. There you go. There's all the tasting notes you need. So I have, for video purposes, there you go. I'll pour a wee bit in. Oh, excellent. This is the Fallon. I believe that's correct, Gavin. This is about the only brewery you've ever pronounced right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Fallon Brewery. It is the Big Raspberry Dog Chew. So this is a salted caramel and raspberry milk stout, just in case you didn't have enough flavours in there at all. So this is based on the much loved Choo Choo. This is a twisted imperial cousin. First conceived with the help of Brewdog Glasgow, this beer is a luxurious, decadent feel amplified by a generous squeeze of fresh raspberry, giving a layered and complex big stout, which is exactly what it is. Well wackaged, gentlemen. And it's a 10% number, so packs a punch. Definitely your one for the road. I've let it warm up a wee bit, and it definitely needed that, just to get the kind of full flavour at it. It's definitely a caramel stout, but it does just, the raspberry kind of brings up the rear, gives it that kind of fruity flavour, which makes it a kind of, here's a word of the day for you, a bit more decadent in flavour. It's definitely got that kind of almost truffle, like a kind of, or a one of the kind of dark chocolate sweeties that you get around about Christmas time that nobody else likes bar me.
We tasted that at the Edinburgh Craft Beer Experience, and it was absolutely outstanding.
I'm sure they had that last year too, didn't they? I'm sure that was one of the ones that.
Marky Boy.
Well, I have opened up a hypothermia from Sorry Brewing. It's brewed in Tallinn, which is Estonia, and this is a Northern Rye Ale.
Oh.
5.1%. Now, I left this purposely for One for the Road because, for ratings purposes, I was hoping to basically tear this one a new one, put it that way. However, it's actually awesome. Like, so awesome. Like typical ale, you'll see by the colour of this dirty bad boy here. Proper like brown ale, looking really smooth, like unbelievably. It's kind of got a, I want to say like a, I don't want to say herbal because I don't know, that makes it sound a bit too a wee bit too fruity in that sense, but it's just really easy drinking for a rye beer that I've never really been too big a fan of. So, yeah, awesome. So, cheers, One for the Road, boys. All the best.
Cheers. Is that it's been around everybody, aye?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. On the 31st of January, to mark Brexit, what to do, Witherspoons are going to be slashing all the prices on certain drinks. Funnily enough, European drinks. They're going to be.
How much will we be able to get a pint of Beck's for?
Tuborg, tell me about the Tuborg
It'll be
prices.
huge. I've not got the individual price of them, but it says the most is 60 pence. So I believe it's like Beck's. There's Tuborg. What's the Polish one? Teski.
Tyskie.
Tyskie. There's that.
Zvike.
Aye.
Zivic.
Zivic, sorry. there you go.
Aye. So from the 31st, it's only running for a month. 31st of January,
A month?
Witherspoons. I know.
Because we'll be back in by then. Fucking idiots, honestly.
Have the
So you
Polish
sell-
and West Lothian been notified?
No.
You can get a pint. Is that a pint for 60 pence?
No, they're taking 60 pence off. I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, but let's be honest.
Sorry.
Tuborg is only £1.20 anyway, is it not? So let's be honest. Anybody that pays more than £1.20 for a pint of Tuborg is getting absolutely shafted.
That's
Colin Pender's favourite lager.
Mm.
Yeah, Mr. Pender.
Mr. Pender. Right, any NFL fans out there, you would have known a massive weekend of championship games at the weekend from between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans, and then the San Francisco 49ers and who the fuck we playing? Green Bay Packers. Which has resulted in the Super Bowl being between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I know I stayed up and I watched both games. I don't know if any of you guys did.
Nope.
No, just me.
No.
I'm just.
I watched the first 3 quarters of the Chiefs Titans game, and then went to my bed.
Right. Regardless of the team, we normally always watch the Super Bowl anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obviously going to be biased because I'm a 49ers fan. However, how are we feeling about the Super Bowl in general? Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers.
I'm super excited about this Super Bowl. It's set to be a proper shootout. You know, the 49ers, I think, have been the best all-round team in the league this year. They're in terms of the all-round package, proper offense. I mean, they went to the Superdome and had a proper shootout with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints and won. And then their defense totally dominated several different teams, and they annihilated the Packers twice this season. But Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes is the best player in the league, and I mean his touchdown, that you know when he had that mad run for his touchdown, that was just insane. I think, you know.
And you see that touchdown you're mentioning there where Pat Mahomes ran in for, I think it was like 25-ish yards or something. That changed that game. The Titans were still in it, still had a kind of bit of a chance, and then 2, maybe 3 poor tackles,
Aye.
and it just changed the game.
I mean, they're so explosive that they score touchdowns so quickly. You wonder how any team is going to be able to contain that offense. But then, with the same token, you wonder how any team can compete with the 49ers defense. It's just going to be such an interesting game, and I think it's going to be really high scoring and just exactly what let's be honest, we're all fans of the NFL, but at the end of the day, we're not proper diehard American football fans. We're more casual, sport lovers in general, and we're looking for an entertaining game. And last season was one for the purists, a really low-scoring game dominated by defences. I just hope this season it's going to be more of a shootout with touchdowns and offensive play taken the fore.
Well, for me, to follow up what you're saying, Callum, I'm not the NFL doesn't start for me until January. You know what I mean? So playoff season is when I start getting semi-involved, and so I don't know as much of the backstory. However, the way that Chiefs team have put points on the board in short periods of time, I turned the game on when they were playing the Texans, and the Texans were up 24-0, and I'm thinking, God, for me, I was like, I've never even heard of the Sean Watson, put it that way, and wide receiver Hopkins.
DeAndre
Hopkins.
And right. So I heard of these two boys, JJ Watt, and I was like, all right, cool. These boys have obviously picked their game up. And then the Chiefs went bonkers for a quarter. Well, they went bonkers for 2 quarters, the second and the third quarter, and they put up
they scored 35 points.
In 2 quarters.
They scored. I watched that game, and it was 7 consecutive possessions. They scored the touchdown.
And Mahomes, that you're talking about, he ran the show. And the tight end, Kelsey, no one seemed to be within 5 feet of him every time he touched the ball. But then I flipped that on the other side, and see, to be honest with you, I would love the 49ers to win the Super Bowl, for the reason of what's his face? Sherman?
Sherman, yeah.
Now, when I was a wee bit more involved with the NFL, he used to play with the Seahawks, who, when we were over in New York for the Super Bowl, I ended up becoming a part-time Seahawks fan just because I bought the jersey, and as soon as the locals heard us with the Scottish accent wearing the jersey, they wanted pictures and all the rest of it. And Sherman was the man. And because of that alone, I want the 49ers to win. I want them to go bonkers. So that's where I stand, and that's where I'll be rooting for in 2 weeks' time, or a week and a half, or whatever it is.
Shell McGill?
As
a Bills fan?
No, because, this was the furthest we've got in a wee while.
Well, you made the same distance last year.
Yeah, well, but it's an improvement for a team who were the laughingstock of the league. Their defence now is up there with the best. Their offence, on the other hand, leaves a lot to be desired.
I don't know about that.
At times, and when it counts, there's just a wee bit better. Would have maybe got them over the hump. But that being said, I'm just looking for something high scoring, and I'll be going into the game with a smile on my face anyway because the Patriots are in it. So
yeah,
you can't help but start off happy, can you?
Yeah.
And I'll be even happier, hopefully, with a couple of extra pounds in my wallet by the time we leave. And like I said, there's no Bill Belichick, and you've not got to put up with Bob Kraft at the end of it either. So that's always a win.
I reckon it's going to be a shootout, but I don't think it's going to be as high a point scoring game as people are going to expect, just because of how good both defenses are. I would say the Niners defense is better,
much better.
They're super. They are super athletic and super fast up front. With the defensive line is just fucking ridiculous. So I think the Niners are better defensively, and we've got the
Mhm.
weapons. However, the problem for the 49ers is if the Chiefs can stop the run, and it's the big question because the last two games, Big Jimmy G hasn't had to do much, which isn't a bad thing. Is if they do stop the run, if Jimmy G or the 49ers quarterback can step up and make plays, which I personally believe he can. I just think that they've made a good game plan the last couple of games, and he's not really had to do much. So,
The only like this is like my generic football knowledge, right? But they always say defense wins championships, right? So and that's what you lean on. However, good offense always beats good defense, no matter like on a one-off game. Now we're like obviously we're NBA fans, so best out of seven, the best team wins. Like Callum decided that, right? But best of seven, the best team wins because they have the 7 games to to win that. One-off games like the Super Bowl, like surely if the Chiefs play offense like they play offense, and they have in the last like I don't know what 2 games that I've seen anyway, but putting it on that surely they must be the favourites.
oh, they're going to go in the favourites, like with the bookies, definitely. They're going in the favourites for the bookies, but
They're so fast as well, and you know they present a challenge that the 49ers haven't faced yet. I mean, the 49ers have beat the Seahawks and they've beat the Packers twice. They lost the Seahawks. No, the 49ers, they lost to the Ravens, didn't they?
we lost to the Seahawks beat us.
Aye, once, but then you beat them again. You beat them in Seattle.
We were during the season. I think it was 10-1 or whatever it is, or whatever the fuck it works.
No, you were 13-3.
Whatever. Close enough.
Definitely.
What does it? That doesn't matter anymore.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. You're correct.
Because the thing, like,
I think your point about either the Chiefs exploding on offense and then the 49ers having to abandon the run game.
Aye.
I mean, they played the Packers and the Packers couldn't stop the run, and all Jimmy G did the whole game was just give the ball to Raheem Mostert, and he ran for like 220 yards and 4 touchdowns. So it was incredible. But the Chiefs just managed to stop Derrick Henry and the Titans, who Derrick Henry's had 3 consecutive games over 180 yards, first person ever to do that. So they obviously they've picked up their defense in the postseason. So it'll be interesting if they can stop the run and then explode on offense. Then that'll force Jimmy G to have to try and pass the ball, which he hasn't done the last couple of games, and it'll be the big question mark about whether or not he can actually come up with the plays.
I'm looking forward to it. It's the first Super Bowl. The last Super Bowl the 49ers were in, I was out working in Lapland, and we were playing the Baltimore Ravens, and that's when the lights, halfway through, in fact, the end of the third or the fourth quarter, the lights went off in New Orleans in the Superdome. So that's.
I was going to say, I was like powering up his sleigh or something,
and go fuck yourself, because you know, if the time of the year of the Super Bowl, you know, it'll be a bit fucking late.
Well, you still managed to con folk into going to Lapland, so it couldn't have been that far away from the truth.
Correct.
He's away, but you can nick in. Just a big fucking sign saying, "Quiet, I'm on the night shift."
Hibernation.
Aye.
Oh no! Oh, goodness me, choking. But aye, looking forward to it. Super Bowl. What is it? Like 2 weeks or so time. San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Cool. I've got nothing else to add.
I'm just going to add a little bit quickly on this beer, by the way, again, because I know we've slagged rye beer off, but this thing is awesome, and it might be because it is the one for the road, but
Don't
this
call
is
it a comeback. Time for rye.
Well, that could be the subtitle of this one for the road for sure. Serious beer for not so serious people is the slogan on this thing.
Well, that's us doing it a tea, surely, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Really, really top notch. Sorry, Bruin. I know it's one of the Estonian numbers that keeps cropping up on Beerhawk when I've been looking through. So might be worth it might be worth a wee punt, to be honest, and see what else they have to offer. So it's top notch. Anyway.
Definitely. Right. Cheers, everybody. One for the road. Cheers, cheers. Ting, 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 ting. All that jazz. Right. Beer Fridge Podcast, as always, is sponsored by Beer 52. If you look above me and Miguel's head, you'll see beer52.com/beer fridge. Dixon and Callum, it's to your left. Left, diagonal left, diagonal left. There you go, boys. beer52.com/beer frage. And you can
Fridge.
grab your frage. And you
No,
can
it's
grab
fridge.
frage. And
No,
you
it's
can-
still fridge.
Frage. And you can- and you-
It's a Dutch fridge.
and you can grab yourself a free case of beer from Beer 52 by heading over there. Different themed beers every month sent straight to your door. 8 craft beers, award-winning Ferment magazine, and a snackaroo. Beer52.com/beer fridge, and head over to our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. Like, follow, share. If you're on the YouTube watching this, which obviously you're going to be if you're listening to this, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button as well to get notified of the next video. Hopefully we're going to be Hopefully we're going to
Video.
try and do this every week. I don't know, I get fed up after
As long as you didn't say video every week.
Nah.
So, in the words of my a YouTube channel that I watch oft, it's a cooking channel, so check it out. It's the cooking cowboy Kent Rollins. He says, remember to hit the dinghy dong bell
The ding
and
dong bell.
subscribe so you get notified of the next video that pops up. Hit the dinghy dong bell. Get it hit.
Hit the diddly diddly dee.
That's it. That's the noise it makes whenever you click it in your head.
Aye. Hit the fiddly diddly dee to get notified of the next video, which will be next week. And make sure, if you fancy it, and we'd love to see you there, tap into Bristol, 8th of February at the Tapestry Brewing Tap Room in Bristol. Live rugby, fun and games, giveaways, live podcasts, brand new beer being launched on the day, 8th of February at Tapestry in Bristol. Well, until next week, I've got nothing else to add. That's One for the Road, Beer Fridge Podcast. Cheerio, bye.
Cheerio.